about your movie Lava. Congratulations on this animated movie. I checked it out.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
It's been a wild ride so far, because it's a very independent and sometimes bizarre animated movie, and still it just like people really like it and see a lot of different phases of the movie. And so far it's been really good for us with festivals and everything. It's been really good, really cool.
That's great to hear. Do you know where the original story came from, where the idea came from for this?
Yes. There's a cartoonist and historietista, no, cartoonist, yeah. His name is Salvador Sanz, and he's a very good cartoonist here in Argentina, and very famous. He makes really, really wonderful, beautiful books, and really dark and very sci-fi. And he had this idea for another book. And Salvador is very good friends with Ayar Blasco, the director, and told him something like, finally, I'm not going to make the book, because it's a mess. I'm with a lot of things. And our friend Ayar said, okay, give me the idea and I'll make a movie. So the idea is based in this book, but Ayar took it and turned it into something that is also funny. And Ayar is a very funny person, and his previous movie and his works are very, very funny. His style is he makes a lot of comedy more than anything else. So he took this dark sci-fi thing and turned it into this comedy, bizarre, funny, but also sci-fi and dark thing. So that's more or less the idea of the movie.
Tell me about this animation style. How did you come to the decision to do sort of like a 2D animation style for a film like this?
Oh, my English. Es porque decidimos hacerla animada.
No, este estilo de animación.
Because it's the style and kind of animation that represents Ayar. He works like this. He has in all his comics, this kind of style to the animation. So from the beginning, the film was always thought and planned in his style.
What was this done? Was the animation done with computers or hand drawn?
Both. Yeah. He had like a group of people working with him at his house.
Yes, like
drawing, and then turned it into what was the program? Because he was always working on Flash.
He works. His animation his style is very simple,
very basic.
Basic. So, but this time. We worked with an animation school here in Argentina with a professor and people from there. And they suggested us to use Mojo, another program. So for Ayar it was, wow, not more Flash, okay. But it was very simple.
But it was since the very beginning, it was conceived like very basic style. Yes. Because it's his very personal style. He's been doing movies this is the third movie he makes, and the first one was like 20 years ago, something like that, no, más o menos, because it was before being a movie, it was a TV show, and his style is this one, very personal. So it was always conceived as basic and very rounded stripes, and yeah.
So how many people overall was involved with this project, and how long did it take?
For the animation part only?
Yeah.
We were around 20 people. Yes, and we were over a year. The first stage, when they draw the animatics and that stuff, it was a smaller group, just 10 people. And then for the animation part, that took around 6 months, we were around 20. But so we were a small group.
Yeah, very small group, but for this movie, it took like a long time. The movie lasts like 65 minutes, I think. So it's a short feature film. But it took like a year to be made with this small crew of people working.
Is animation big in Argentina where you are from?
No.
There are just, and for feature films, there are just few, because this film was possible because it was not so ambitious and big idea and way of producing. So that's why we could do it, because the subsidies here, the financiation, yes, but the funding here are really low budget movies. So for animation, it's complicated to start a big project here.
Yeah, but still, although there are not many feature films that are animated, there's also a long history of cartoons and you know, books made with drawings. Like there are a lot of people a lot of dibujantes, drawers, cartoonists and people that make drawings and paintings and stuff since forever, you know, since, I don't know, like Kino with Mafalda. No, I don't know, it's internationally renowned, but in films, as we need a big budget, well, that gets complicated for us. No. Sometimes suddenly one big film appears, but every like 3-4 years. No, it's not very common.
Why did you two want to produce animation film? Were your backgrounds also animation or real films?
Actually, the first movie that I produced in my life was the previous movie by Ayar. So that's when I started producing movies. And that's the only animated movie that I produced so far until Lava now. So now we're producing basically genre movies, maybe horror and thrillers and stuff. But in animation, just The Sun, which is the previous movie by Ayar, and this one, Lava. So why I chose The Sun as the first movie that I wanted to produce, it was because it was a very crazy movie. And I thought, since I read the script, that it was going to be something different and awesome and funny. And I thought that if I didn't produce that movie, like nobody else was going to produce it, because it was very, very a strange one. And The Sun was made, and we had also a very well, you know, circuit with festivals, and I love that movie. It was really funny, and I, you know, like 15 years later, I still think that it's one of the best movies that I ever produced. So, and we became friends with Ayar, so we had no doubt that we were going to produce this next movie. But we don't focus on animated films, but we focus on films that have something special and different. And certainly Ayar movies have something different and special. You know?
This movie certainly does. It's crazy, but it's also fairly it's funny, but it's also fairly violent.
Yeah, there's some in our movies. There's always a little blood.
Yes.
A little blood, but there's like some unexpected things in this movie, like giant cats and a witch that comes around. Was this all part of the story, or was this all added later on?
No, no, no. The cats and the witch were in the original story. But you should watch The Sun. The Sun has like radioactive potatoes that kill people also. Like there's always really strange things and very funny things. If you put these funny elements in a serious context, it always takes something very strange, but also things that make you think, you know, like there's always a message hidden, and that's the interesting thing.
Was there a message hidden in this film too for Lava?
For me, no, I think it's not that hidden in Lava, but I think that, you know, media is like getting us so connected with the non-reality that makes us like, you know, like maybe COVID infected, but instead of COVID, it's like media and electronics and screens and stuff. I mean, it's not hidden. The message is clear here. But with the cats, for instance, I think it was used because cats are, you know, pets and nice and you know, with this tender eyes, but sometimes they're not. I don't know. So it's used in the opposite idea of what cats are. At least for me, I love cats.
Plenty of cats out there, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Now, when I watched the film, when the credits start coming, I thought that was the end of the film, but you still had more animation after that. Could you talk about the decision to add more animation? I think it was another 10 to 15 minutes of animation.
Yeah.
It was more a decision, the production decision, because the original runtime of the movie was shorter. And so we need to add something for sales. So we decided to add these drawings. These comics are from Ashar universe. They have a website where he, and social medias, where he draws some characters and some histories of that characters. So we use that universe in this movie.
Yes, like we wanted to show, because these short films that appear at the end of the movie are short films made by Ayar, but they're from a different project. So we wanted to show more things that Ayar does, and these things are made by only himself. They are all his own voices, and so. But it's been like it's like the cherry on the cake, you know, like show you more things that Ayar can make in his incredibly amazing head that he has.
Yeah, I noticed all the animation styles was slightly different. Mm-hmm. Which for Sun, what style did he was it similar to the movie, or was it similar to some of the short films?
No, similar to the short films. It was all made with Flash. Actually, he thinks that for him, Lava is like a super production. Like, there are things that are also in 3D, which for him is like, you know, wow. It was an important movie because he always worked with Flash. His previous movie too, yes. He himself alone in his computer. Yeah, very nerdy.
Now, one of the things that you could have done was just leave the film in Spanish with subtitles. Why did you come to the decision to dub it in English? And you actually got some pretty good stars to provide the voices here in America.
it was all thanks to Daisy Hamilton, who is our sales agent, and it was her idea. And we think that she nailed it, because I think that, I don't know, I don't know what you think. It's more a question to you, but I think that sometimes when reading subtitles, you get lost.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that this is a movie that you cannot miss anything, because it's all in there. It's a short, I mean, it's a feature film, but it's not a big one. It's not a long one, and everything that happens in the movie, you have to be really focused on the screen, and maybe you get lost by reading subtitles. I don't know. Maybe here in Argentina we are quite used to reading subtitles, but it's not something that happens in every country. So it was her idea, and and the cast was her idea as well. And when she said Janine Garofalo, we thought, but this is Deborah. Like, even the face is like, it's her. So it was her choice, and we are really grateful that she had that idea, because we love it.
I almost thought that you made the character's face to look like her.
No. Wow. But you see, it was, I mean, it's her. So no, it was not on purpose.
We finished the film on 2018. No, 19. And we dubbed it this year, so it was after. The decision was after the movie was made.
Wow, that's amazing. Well, you know what? I'm used to all kinds of movies, so I watch all kinds of movies. But I do know people who will not watch films with subtitles. So I think it's providing both types of movies is terrific.
Yes, yeah, we agree. Besides watching the movie in English, it was very weird, because it was never in our minds. Like, when we started with the project lots of years ago, because the first time we got the first script, it was like, I don't know, 5-6 years ago. And suddenly to watch it spoken in English and with these actors, it was like, for us, it's like a dream, really. We would never, we never had thought that we could now watch our movie, with these actors. So it was great. It's magical.
And when it's when it is Spanish, where did you get the voice actors for that? Are they all from Argentina?
Yes. Sofia Gala Castiglione is a renowned, the main actress, Deborah, is a renowned actress here and in Spain also. And Nashar has worked with her in his previous film. Also Martin Piroshansky. They are known internationally also. And Justina Busto, it was her first animation movie, but it was great.
Mm-hmm. Yes, they're all very known, very well-known actors here.
From TV or films.
Wow.
But they're also, I mean, like, they are these crazy people that read the script and loved it. And see, but Sofia is also very good friends with Ayar, so it was easier to work with her. But then the rest of the cast was, crazy people that just loved the movie. So it was something very. There was something with very good energy surrounding the movie since the very beginning of the production.
When you did the voices, did you do the voices individually, or did you have everyone like in the same room?
Individually, and we recorded them after the film was completed, not before.
Yeah.
That's the way Ashar wants to work. There's a first version of the movie with all the voices made by Ashar, and then the actors listen to that version and then act in the studio.
Wow.
Yes.
Excellent. Has this movie already been out in Argentina? Was it already released before?
Outside Argentina?
No, in Argentina.
If it was released in Argentina?
Yes.
Well, theaters are closed still. So we have to, we have the obligation of premiere the movie nationally because we worked with a funding of the Institute of Cinema in Argentina. So the way of premiering the movie, since the theaters are closed, is to project the movie in a website by the Institute of Cinema. So yes, it happened a few months ago, not so long ago,
but not theatrically.
No, just on the website of the Institute of Cinema of Inca.
We hope this year, but cinemas are still closed here. They never open again.
So in a year, no.
Well, hopefully it opens at the end of this year, so this way people could enjoy.
Yes.
Well, no, end of this year is a long time. Please, before that. No, maybe next week.
Well, maybe next week. That's true. Well, let me ask one more question, because obviously, you know, the world is crazy now. So how are you staying sane and creative during times like this?
Who said that we are sane and creative? We are not. No, actually, what happened in 2020 was that we finished the movies that we had begun. So that, I think, I don't know what you think, but I think that was something that helped us, because we had to finish and premiere like three movies that we had started like in 2019. So that kept us working.
But to develop new project, it was a difficult year. We were not so creative, and no.
No, actually, we hate people. We've got friends that say, "Oh, in lockdown, I wrote like 3 different scripts, and we hate them because it's not happening to us. We are like worried, and no, we are not too creative." No.
Well, then crossing our fingers, everything ends next week and everything opens.
Next week, yeah. I'm counting on it.
Terrific. Well, hey, it's great speaking with you, to the both of you, about Lava and all the other projects. And I hope is doing well in Ecuador. Sorry we missed it. So when you have another project, come and contact me, and we'll talk again.
Yeah, we will.
Because we have
a lot of projects. Well, thousands. Okay.
Excellent.
Thank you so much. It was very funny.
Yes.
Thank you.
Terrific.
Nice.
Bye.
Yeah. Bye.